Henry James, a master of his craft, a weaver of words. He took us to dark places, inside haunted minds. Born in 1843, this American author became a literary giant. He wrote novels, novellas, and plays. His stories, often unsettling, always thought-provoking. James is known for his complex characters. He loved to explore their inner lives, their hidden desires. His writing is intricate, layered with meaning. You might recognize titles like The Portrait of a Lady or The Ambassadors, but none are as chilling as The Turn of the Screw. Published in 1898, this novella remains a masterpiece of horror. It's a story that gets under your skin, stays with you long after you've finished reading. It's a slow burn, a creeping sense of dread. And it all unfolds in a grand old house with a terrible secret. Prepare yourself. We're about to enter a world where nothing is as it seems, where the line between reality and delusion blurs, where the biggest monsters might just be our own fears. Bly, a name that sends shivers down your spine. It's an old estate, isolated and imposing. The story starts with a simple premise. A young governess arrives at Bly. She's tasked with caring for two orphaned children, Miles and Flora, beautiful, charming, but something feels off. The governess starts to see things, figures lurking in the shadows. Are they real or figments of her imagination? The house itself becomes a character. Its long corridors, dark corners and creaking floorboards whisper secrets. An atmosphere of unease permeates everything. The air feels heavy, suffocating. As the governess investigates, she uncovers a disturbing history. Previous staff members met tragic ends. The children's former governess and a valet both died under mysterious circumstances. Their presence lingers, a palpable stain on the house. The stage is set, the tension mounts. We're trapped in Bly with the governess, questioning everything we see and hear. The Turn of the Screw isn't your typical ghost story. There are no jump scares, no blood and gore. It's a slow descent into madness, a psychological thriller that messes with your head. James masterfully builds suspense through suggestion and ambiguity. He plants seeds of doubt in our minds. Are the ghosts real, or is the governess losing her grip on reality? We see everything through her eyes, experiencing her fear and paranoia firsthand. Her narration is unreliable, coloured by her own anxieties and interpretations. This makes the story all the more unsettling. We're never quite sure what to believe. The ghosts themselves are never fully described. They're fleeting figures glimpsed in the periphery. This lack of detail makes them even more terrifying. Our imaginations run wild, filling in the blanks with our own deepest fears. It's a testament to James's skill that a story with so little overt horror can be so utterly chilling. The real horror lies in the unseen, in the spaces between words, in the dark recesses of our own minds. Let's talk about the players in this unsettling drama. Each one adds another layer of intrigue and ambiguity to the narrative. First, we have the governess, our narrator, our guide through this haunted house. She's young, inexperienced, and perhaps a little too eager to please. Her isolation and the weight of her responsibility clearly take their toll. But is she a reliable witness, or is she projecting her own fears and desires onto the children? Then there are the children, Miles and Flora. On the surface, they're perfect angels, beautiful, charming, and intelligent beyond their years. But there's a darkness lurking beneath their innocent facades. Are they victims of the ghosts, or are they somehow complicit in the horrors unfolding around them? And what about the ghosts? Miss Jessel, the former governess, and Peter Quint, the valet. They appear as menacing figures, forever linked to Bly's tragic past. Their motives are unclear. Are they seeking revenge? Or are they trying to corrupt the children? The relationships between these characters are complex and constantly shifting. Trust is a fragile thing, easily broken in the oppressive atmosphere of Bly. Section 5, Innocence Lost. The Turn of the Screw is a story steeped in themes that resonate deeply with our deepest fears. Two themes in particular stand out: innocence versus evil and reality versus imagination. The novel explores the vulnerability of childhood. Miles and Flora, despite their angelic appearances, are caught in a web of something sinister. Their innocence is threatened, corrupted by the forces at play within Bly. But are they truly innocent victims? Or are they active participants in the unfolding evil? James also blurs the line between reality and imagination. Is the governess witnessing real supernatural events, or is she suffering from some kind of mental breakdown? The novel offers no easy answers, leaving the reader to grapple with the ambiguity. This uncertainty is what makes the story so terrifying. We're left questioning everything we see and hear. The novel forces us to confront the darkness that resides within ourselves, the potential for evil that lurks beneath the surface of even the most seemingly innocent facades. Section 6. The unanswered question, what really happened? Here we are at the heart of the mystery. What really happened at Bly? James, like a master magician, never reveals all his secrets. He leaves the ending open to interpretation, sparking endless debates among readers. Did the governess truly see ghosts? Were the children possessed by the spirits of Miss Jessel and Peter Quint? Or was it all in her head, a product of her isolation, her repressed desires, or even a form of madness? Some believe the ghosts are real, their malevolent influence corrupting the children. They point to the governess's detailed descriptions of the apparitions and the children's increasingly disturbing behavior as evidence. Others argue that the governess is an unreliable narrator, projecting her own fears and fantasies onto the innocent children. They highlight her lack of concrete proof and her increasingly erratic behavior as support for this view. The beauty of The Turn of the Screw is that there is no right answer. James invites us to draw our own conclusions, to decide for ourselves what is real and what is imagined. The ambiguity is the point. It's what makes the story so haunting, so open to personal interpretation. Section 7. A Legacy of Terror, The Turn of the Screw's Enduring Grip. Over a century after its publication, The Turn of the Screw continues to terrify and captivate readers. It's a testament to James's mastery of psychological horror that the story remains as potent and unsettling as ever. The novella has inspired countless adaptations, from classic films like Innocence to modern takes like the Netflix series The Haunting of Bly Manor. Each adaptation brings its own interpretation to the source material, further fueling the debate about the story's true meaning. But the enduring power of The Turn of the Screw lies not in its ability to provide answers, but in its refusal to do so. The ambiguity, the unanswered questions, are what keep us coming back for more, what fuel our imaginations and keep us up at night. James understood the power of suggestion, the terror that lurks in the shadows of our minds. He knew that what we imagine is often far more frightening than anything we could ever see with our own eyes. Section 8. Echoes in the Darkness, the novel's influence on horror. The Turn of the Screw didn't just tell a scary story, it changed the game, it redefined horror. It's a landmark work that cast a long shadow on the genre. Before James, horror was often about the external, the monstrous. Think Dracula, Frankenstein. But James took us inward. He showed us that the scariest monsters are often human, or worse, they're the ones we create in our own minds. This focus on psychology, on the unreliable narrator, became a hallmark of modern horror. Think of classic films like Psycho or The Shining. The influence is undeniable. James also gave us the haunted house as a character. Bly Manor isn't just a setting, it's a presence, a force that weighs on the characters. Again, think of haunted house movies. They owe a debt to James, and let's not forget the ambiguous ending. James left us with questions, not answers. This too became a staple of horror. It's often more terrifying not to know, to be left wondering. Section 9. A Final Shudder. Parting thoughts on a haunting tale. The Turn of the Screw is more than just a ghost story. It's a chilling exploration of the human psyche. It's a story about the power of suggestion, the darkness that lurks within us all, and the terrifying possibility that the things we fear most are already inside our heads. As we close the book on this haunting tale, we're left with a lingering sense of unease. The questions linger, the doubts persist. Did the ghosts truly exist, or were they figments of a troubled mind? Ultimately, the answer doesn't matter as much as the journey James takes us on. He forces us to confront our own fears, to question our perceptions of reality, and to acknowledge the darkness that resides within us all. And that, my friends, is the true terror of The Turn of the Screw. It's a story that stays with you long after you've turned the final page, a chilling reminder that the most terrifying monsters are often the ones we create ourselves.